I am constantly calling in higher energies all the time. And this is the secrets of my success. It's just reprogramming and affirmations. And what I do, like I said, is I type and I go to town, man, because I got some drive in me, and so like I literally, I repeat it over and over. I affirm it from within me. I know that's where it is, and I can call it forth. And I have and there it comes through though, through the energetic bodies, through the chakras, and you call in your higher energies and assist you. There's so many energies out there that will assist you if you respect them and you love them and you honor them. They will be there for you and they will add to you. And then you got to believe that they're adding to you, and they will, and they do. And it manifests, and it doesn't, our limited human minds, like that's why giving it up to God and just accepting change and accepting uncertainty and is the wisest thing to do, because there's just too fucking much at play. There's too much at play. That's why you can't get in the limited perception of mind. That's when you start to heal the ego, you're able to see from an objective perspective, from a bigger perspective. And when you can do that, that's when you can open yourself up to being able to be able to discern in every situation in a spiritual way. You know what I mean? While being in the situation, you can that's where telepathy can even come in. You know what I mean? Honest to God, is when you're connecting your energies together in your mind, because it comes down from mind, like I said, and manifests out through the 3D through us. Our 3D reality manifests through us, through mind first. Though mind is the that's why visualization is so important, all that good stuff. But that's what my secret, that's, you know what I mean, believing that these energies are here, your ancestors, every energy that is possible to be an energy, calling them in for a good reason, and desiring good. That's what I've done. That's what I've been doing. My intention all the time. You know what I mean? I literally, I just want to be a conduit of love. I have the mind for it. I have the essence for it. I know I do. And I want to embody God's consciousness in the way that God would want me to embody his consciousness, you know. And that's when you heal the ego, that's when you can start seeing from that objective and that God's consciousness view. That's when you're able to take into consideration, and then you're able to discern your environment a lot easier. And that's what my sensory perception is growing as well, because it's connected to that. We've been cut off from that, and conditioned into the opposite. But like I said, we can condition ourselves, and that's what I've been doing. I've been conditioning myself like you wouldn't believe, just over and over and over, for good, to change the frequency of me. And because the higher the frequency, the more it will clean out anything that is of the lower frequency. It has to, because our essence is made of. We're made of God's source, which is the original creation source material that is in everything, which is, it's 0 point is what it is. It's the writable material, but you got to be able to embody God's consciousness, not our human, limited consciousness that we've had. It doesn't work. When you want to embody those things, when you want to be good, do good, create good, express good, you know what I mean? That's what God wants you to want and choose to do. And that's what my choice was. My choice and my intention, for since the calling went out and I answered it, is just to rewire myself, rewire my energy, relearn. I had to learn my energy all over again too, and I'm still, but I called forth my energies to help me heal, and I can, and they opened me up, and I've been awakening, and it's just been fucking amazing. Like I said, it makes you so grateful. Like whenever you can overcome a problem, anything that's created any negativity, even if you don't even see it, but that you see it afterward once you've overcome it. You know what I mean? That's grace. Really, that's God's grace right there. And that was a download I just got not too long ago. Like, we had to heal. Yes, we had to overcome the pain, but once healed, then we have access to the positive energies and the good energies. And do you think God doesn't want you to live in those energies? You were actually made to live in those energies, to be happy, and for your vibration to reverberate, just grow, just like a freaking supernova, yo, no joke. For God, be a little supernova for God in an energetic way. And it's true. It happened. It's like I said, it's our limited thinking that has made it, that makes it. And that's why, but there's too many of us and there's so much information and there's so much that you have to take that humility and that humble and be like, you can't be, you can't have God consciousness and think you're God in an ego way, in a self way. The only way you can attain God consciousness is through humility, realizing that you are part of the whole, that you are just like everyone else, that you're an energy just like any other energy, and it's too big to try and, like, you want to be curious and learn and all that kind of stuff, but don't try and define the environment that isn't yours to define. It isn't. It's just impractical to believe that the limitations that we put on things, because there's so many things outside of those limitations and we're aware of them, and we've been conditioned to not be aware of them for a long time, and now it's time to uncondition ourselves to become limitless again in all the ways that we can be. And it's fucking cool. Like, it really is. It is so amazing. That's what I was hanging out with an old friend from high school earlier today. I got out, took a leap of faith. You know what I mean? Like, get out, you know what I mean? Just go do something different, do something, and go with it and be peace and be love, and just I know what I embody because I've called it forth, and I've healed what I needed to heal, and I'm also a healing energy too, but I still have, like, I'm still working through the debris of my ownness, but that's what gives me my experience. I don't think I'm better than anyone, man. Like, I do look through God consciousness eyes because I see the human in all of us. I really do. Even the most, like, people that can think the most fucked up people are fucked up or whatever. I can, like, sociopaths. I even empathize for sociopaths. You know what I mean? Because you have to, for your ability to love, not be able to have empathy for another, to be dramatically taken from you in such a drastic way where you can't do that. That's not cool. That sucks. And and that's wounding. It's based on wounding, and that's the fragmentation of the soul. When we descended, we fragmented, which is the separation from God, and that's what hurt. It hurts. It hurt us, like, on a soul traumatic level, and there's way more to all this. I mean, there's the galactic wars, you know what I mean? Like, this is the 3D manifestation of playing out of the bigger scale traumatic experiences that have happened in the energetic DNA that we comprise. We relive those patterns until we break them, and that's what this is, a different level. And so if you break it here, you break it on all the other levels too, on all the other dimensions. That's where generational curse breaker is too. And so if your DNA goes back all the way down to creation times, just think about it. Maybe you're that old of a soul. Maybe you're like, I honestly feel like I have primordial fucking energy. Like, because I hold a frequency and an energy that's just ridiculous, and it's just who I am. It's just who I am. That's what happened to me. Like, to come back to the knowing of it is amazing. It is so beautiful to know that that you're of that kind of energy, and and the power you hold isn't for self. That's where you lose that power. That's when that power gets taken away from you, because when you use it for selfish gain in any way, you can't do that. You have to use it in a way that respects you, and that as what respects you in the way that you would want someone else to respect themselves. Love yourself, and and you have to hold that too. Type deal. Yeah. Anyway. Just more insights. I gotta share my this is what I'm here to do. That's what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, my friend earlier, when I was hanging out with my friend earlier, we were at a restaurant having sushi, and and he was like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I'm already doing what I needed, or what my purpose is, and it's because it's so hard to be an awakened individual and actually explain what you are in an energetic way and what your purpose is. Not many people like, what? But I called on my energies and they helped me heal, and they helped me. Yeah, that this is my purpose. And I told him, I said, my YouTube videos that I'm posting, I said, I have to share the way that I came to truth with others, to lessen the pain and the negativity, and to raise the vibrations of the frequency of Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, and all of us, everything, all of existence on us. To be a conduit for the divine from the higher dimensions through to Mother Gaia. You need a pure channel to do that. But like a cool thing about like becoming harmonizing with your environment, the animals, the trees, the plants, the wind, earth, air, water, fire, everything, around you. When you can harmonize with your environment in a beautiful way like that and dance with it, it's an honor. It's an honor. It's an honor to have, actually, it really is. And so that's what I was telling him, that, like I was like my YouTube videos, and I was like, but it's just, I told him, I said I had to share my truth. Yeah, like I said a little bit ago, I have to share my truth in the way that I came to it with others, so it will help lessen and to heal. It's to heal the planet. It is. And when you can see it for what it is, it's an obligation. It's a moral fucking obligation when you can see it that way, and you know it that way, and you understand it that way. And it isn't in a bad sense. It's in a sense where you want to, like you don't want people to suffer in the ways that you've known suffering yourself. It is what it is. That's love. That's love. You can't save him, because that's what I was talking to another friend the other day, and he was like, "How come, pretty much, how come God doesn't just stop, or just take it away, take the suffering away?" And it's like, well, if you keep making the same decision, He can, But then if you make the same decision and get yourself in the same spot and you're hurt in the same way, after a while of saving, so that's enabling. That's when you get, and that's because we're an empowered, we have choice, we are empowered, we have and so, and He respects us. He comes from respect, you know what I mean? And he delights in His creations, empowering themselves, and taking and believing that they are of Him, that they can carry that energy. Honest to God. Honest to God. Yeah, but this is my job. This is my job. This is my job. This has been my job for like at least a year straight, maybe a couple, but it was about 5 that, like, when, fucking spiritual mode got kicked in, and was confronting no matter what. Like, I had to stick true to truth. I had to, no matter what. It didn't matter what. It did matter. I had to get to it within myself. Why was I hurting like that? I had to figure it out. I mean, like, my mode went off, and then I answered the call, but it was because I needed to come to this right here, and so I can be able to relate to other people, and they can see it, and they can feel it, and they can understand it through my energy. Because we're stubborn that way. We don't want to hear nobody that hasn't been through it. So you got to send somebody in that's good, that's why you have to be the example that you want the world to be, the change. You have to embody the change that you want the world to be in. You got to be to become, or yeah, no, become to be. Either way, but either way. No, it's be to become, actually, is what it is. That's when you bring in the frequency. That's when you call in the frequency, is when you just sit and you clear out and you ground out, and then any energetic, blockages or things that the fragmentation, the separation, the hurt that is accumulated in our energy, in our chakra systems, and all that, throughout our fields, you gotta heal that up. And then once you can connect into, God comes through you. You can call the energy, any energy you want. Preferably, you want a higher energy if you're going to clean yourself out to a pure channel. You know what I mean? Like, but there's so many. That's what I mean. Our ancestors are all the Egyptian gods, all the Norse gods. Like I said, everything that you can think of is an actual thing. Why do you think, like, J.R.R. Tolkien's world was amazing? I was like, no one guy can think all. Like, when I was growing up, I was like, it's too accurate. There's no, like, this guy just created a whole realm, I'm like, but he didn't. There were so many stories going back to Norse. That's what I mean. And we were taught not to pay attention to that. We were actually energetic matrices. We were fed things within our food to keep us in lower vibrational states so that we would not come into who we are. And we bullshit is what it was. And God's not going to wipe everything out. Like I said, he doesn't want his creations have free will choice, and he honors that. But that's why someone like me had to come in and see the universal laws and call in justice and judgment where needed it to be. But I also had to come to my own truth and live by it and stand on it and stand in it. So everyone else will too, though, because when you don't, you actually create more problems for yourself than not. It's you create those problems for yourself. That's what ends up happening. You don't realize it because our boundaries have been blurred on purpose. So we would get in comfort zones and fear. That's fear is comfort zones are fear. That if you don't want to leave, they're fear based anyway. Honest God, yeah. When you start to awaken, you start to see that. You start to see the things that keep you held back. You start to see the things that, well, this is keeping me from, like I used to not go to the store until like after really late because I was afraid of people seeing me. It's like, but I really want an apple right now. I'd wait 5 hours. I'm like, I waited 5 hours to get an apple, and it's really not that far to the store. It's like that's just ridiculous. And sometimes I wouldn't even go because I would talk myself out of it, fear based about what people thought about me, and that's no way for any of us to live. No one. I don't want anyone to live like that. I didn't want and me as well. And so the way that I've been able to come to it is what I have to share. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I have to do it. It's just the way that it is. Like this is so I said this isn't with, against anyone personally. It isn't. My mission, my purpose is all for the betterment of all. Because I have the capability and I have the capacity to be able to see it and know it and understand it for what it is. And so it becomes a moral obligation. You do. And it's like I said, it's not in a bad way. It's in an actually really, like gratifying way. It's really, it's grateful. You're grateful to be able to be of service and of honor in a way like that to help all, you know. And we're complex and intricate, so like you have to get crafty with it. For real, even the ways that we trick ourselves, man. Like me myself, like I would come across something that a choice I was making, and then all of a sudden, like something came over and like wiped it off, and was like, no, that's not there. Shh. It's like, damn it. And then I'd come around and experience it again. I'm like, aha, well, the trigger, the harder the pain and trauma and energetic manipulation trauma, the harder it was to find those things. It would take a couple rounds to actually go, wait a minute. I did wait a minute after a few rounds, I'd be like, wait a minute, la, 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 and then wait a minute. And then la, 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 la. But thank God, I kept calling, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I kept calling my spirit guides in. I kept calling my angels in. And I absorb them. I say, I absorb you, ancestors. I absorb your consciousness for the highest good. I do not fear. I don't want to fear for my ancestors. I don't want to fear absorbing their consciousness into mine to help me fulfill this mission of helping everyone else. Elementals, dragons. There's like I said, J.R.R. Tolkien. His work. This is anything is possible. Anything and everything. Because it comes from mind first, and that's why we are actually connected to mind. Mind is all omniscience would be mind. Same thing as mind. To have omniscience, be omniscient. Yeah, and God's omniscient, omnipotent, and oh God, what's the other one? Hello, omnipresent. And when you can embody those, that's actually really cool to do. My energy does that. It does. It's powerful in that way. Like I have cutting eyes, like when I look at you with my eyes, they hold eyes of truth, and that's why they can be mirrors. They can be, and that's why I was targeted, is because, and that's what I wanted to share too. When you start to awaken and become harmonized with your environment, and with your energy, with your environment, with animals, there's a reflection in their eyes, and it becomes deeper to the point where it almost looks like it's like flipping back and forth, type deal. To me, that's what it looked, like that, like you could fall into them and just keep falling. But as I have been, I've always noticed that with old soul dogs, because there's old soul dogs, there's all old soul existences and energies, and yeah, horses, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, elephants, there's old souls, and that come in, parts of soul that are that come in, and I always saw like pictures of dogs with old soul eyes had like you could like fall through or fall into them. Like I said, they were like reflective, and we're like the younger kind of soul that in a dog, you can see the color of their eyes and you can see their eyes. But as I've been awakening, it's been happening. I can see my ability to look into an animal's eyes and see that reflection is getting stronger. It's really cool because it's a loving frequency. I see when I see it in another, and a doggy or a kitty cat, or or a horsey, like I said, like before, like I haven't been going out that much, but but I can tell with my own dog that I'm starting, and it's seen into the soul. The eyes are the window of the soul. This is true. This is true. So yes, and that's what. But like I said, it's a pure frequency. Like when I see that reflection in his eyes, I just feel love between both of us, like hugely at that moment. And the more I feel that, the more the reflective his eyes become. So I wanted to share that too. So yeah, so my divine purpose and mission, this is what it is. Like I can't give up on this. I can't. I don't have the spirit of it to give up. And I know that it needs to be done. I know these energies need to be anchored. I know this energetic, this spiritual revolution needs to take place, and I know I'm a part of it. And I claim it. Like it has to be that, like it's no one's better than anyone else. That was the fucking bullshit of it all. It really was. When we started getting worried about stupid shit, that was key, and then lowered our vibration and kept us in a lower energetic state where we have not been able to access our full power and our full potential and our full capabilities. But that's all going away. It's all going away. It's actually pretty much gone. We're like just transitioning the old effects away. Is what's going on. Like, and people don't even know. That's what I mean. That's why it's hard for me to talk to people, because like I'm so awakened and I know what's going on right now energetically, and I know, and there's a lot of people in the world that do though. There's a lot of mediums. There's a lot of the channels and energy readers and stuff like that, and people that are connected, highly connected to are talking the same thing that I'm doing. I'm just doing it a different way. And I'm here also to bring justice. I'm here to bring down, but to bring truth, and not in a bad way. It's not to condemn anyone. It's actually to bring it with the most loving presence that I can. Forgiveness, compassion, empathy, humility, understanding, bringing in those frequencies. But it means self-respect is a thing too, and honoring what somebody else's free will choice is a thing too, just as you want yours honored, you know. For real, type deal. Anyway, see, like I said, I'm gonna be like Dennis Miller going on rants and stuff. I honestly want in my house, I just want to set up cameras. And I know this sounds like, creepy in a way, but like I don't give a shit about creepy anyway. Because like, or I mean I do, but I don't. Like I don't like stigma attached to anything, honestly. That gives it a meaning that it shouldn't, any kind of concept or idea. And so yeah, no, I don't like it. Damn it, I know, and I'm being energetically attacked like a motherfucker because of what I'm doing right now, because I can bring in the frequencies and I can hold them and I can anchor them and I can be them. I can actually, like, my DNA really is magical. And people could feel it. I was at the restaurant earlier and everybody's staring at me and I'm like, oh, damn. It just like, people that I don't know, people that are working at the restaurant, I could just feel them looking at me. Like I went to Walmart and stuff, and everything was fine. People weren't, not that, not as, not. There's a lot of people in there, so there's a lot of energy going around. So we heard anyway. But when I was in the restaurant, it was just like, because my energy is getting stronger, and it's going to continue to get stronger, because that's what my soul purpose is to ascend back to God. That's my journey. That's my soul journey. And it's so cool, you guys. That's what I mean. It's so fucking cool to come back to the knowing of the God, love of God, the infinite, unconditional love and grace. And that's, I was trying to say that earlier too. The grace of God that's what I've healed my shadow side, and I've come from a fighting stance, like needing to protect my energy, to embody, to stand for truth. And God's like, all right, well, you know what? You've done so much work now that it's my turn to show you what you've been working for. Because I was energetically manipulated into not being able to see things, my connection with the divine, my chakras blocked on purpose, my energies manipulated in the ways that they were. And so like I still came to him anyway. I still believed. I still fucking hands down fucking fought inside and out, and they say blessed, I think it's James, I can't remember what the scripture name is, but blessed is the man that believe, or what, has faith and knows. I forgot, dang it. But blessed is the man who see, or no, dang it. Blessed is the man that does not see and still believes and still has faith, even though they don't know, but they know. That's like the inner knowing, like, cause like my clairs are coming online, but I don't have all of them. I'm psychic, but in a different way. I'm more like a psychic intuitive investigator. I really am. Like that's what my discernment for truth and and the ability to spot it, the energies that I have inherited from my ancestors, that I've been gifted by my ancestors to be able to stand in these frequencies. It is an honor. It's amazing, but it's so cool. That's why I love seeing everybody's like ability to connect with the divine in the ways that they do in their spiritual team, because it's so unique to everyone, like how you can connect to God through yourself. And when you awaken and you ascend, you come more and more into it. That's why you unify and ascend back one with God. And so everything that has been wrong, that has been not of God, ends up going away, because that was your original state in the first place. We were so awesome that we were able to split it up and like fragment it. And like I said, that was the purpose of that, was actually to overcome and to expand soul into the void, into the places we haven't been yet. There's still, yeah. God's amazing. Okay? Like, God is, oh my God. Like, and I'm not religious in any way. Take the best, leave the rest. Everywhere, all the time. That is just hands down, all the time. Take the best, leave the rest. Don't judge anything. Don't limit your perception on anything. Just take what's good for you, and apply it in the best way that you can for yourself at all times. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. You know, don't limit it and think it's, put stigma attached to it, put a prejudice attached to it, because then it makes it something else. Then it's origination, and that's you want to stick closest to the origination that you can, type deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop.